Hello everybody, this is a quick little video in response to some of the reception and responses I've been getting to my Black Mirror video. I posted this Black Mirror review and essay a couple days ago, and I put it on Reddit, on like the Mealtime Video subreddit and on the Black Mirror subreddit. And it got a lot of negative feedback, in particularly what I talked about in reference to the San Junipero episode. So I just want to kind of like expound on that for anybody who sees that part and is a little like questionable or like takes it in a bad way. I want to kind of like clear the air a little bit here. Presumably, I'm assuming you have seen that part of the review. And I just want to expound a little bit more on it. In the video, and even right now, I'm not trying to extol or proselytize anything that I personally believe to be true. I'm not telling you to believe that I'm correct, that it is correct, what I believe. That's not what I'm trying to do right now. And I'm also not trying to oppress anybody. I'm not trying to tell anybody what not to do. I think that as a Christian, it's become increasingly hard for me and a lot of my other Christian peers to be able to have a dialogue about homosexuality with really anybody in the secular community. Mainly because of people like the Westboro Baptist Church, the God hates fags things, that's totally not biblical at all. What you have to understand is, as a Christian, I believe in a God who says performing homosexual activity, fornicating outside of marriage, stealing, there's a long list of things that basically just are not the way God created things, the way his nature works. So kind of going against those is going against his nature and saying that basically, like, if God is the definition of good and his nature is good, then those things are not inherently oriented to him. So really the most I can say is homosexual activity is not spiritually healthy. And if someone came up to me and said, you know, I don't think heterosexual marriage is a good thing, I would say, like, okay, I don't think that's true, but I'm not gonna flip out over that. And that's the most that I do. And even in this video, I don't say, I'm not telling everybody that it's wrong. I'm just expressing that those are my views. And that is I only bring that up because of how big of a topic it is in the episode. I felt that if I didn't explain like what my views were, then I just wouldn't have talked much about the characters. I wouldn't have had much to say. It's a huge part of the narrative. It's a huge part of Yorkie's past and her character. So I couldn't just like leave it unattended. But on the same token, I wanted to say, like, I'm not really the one to talk about this. Because I can't relate to it. I can't sympathize with it a whole lot on that level. I had to kind of take it back a little bit, make it a little more general, and like I said in the review, view it as somebody who was kind of oppressed for her views by her family, and that led her to have an accident. And then she finally was able to find love in San Junipero. And like I said, on that level, I loved it. But that's the level I had to take it, because as someone who you know, can't get on board with homosexual behavior being a positive thing, that's really like, I'm not loading that phrase with anything, you know, really negative. I'm not telling anybody not to do that. It's just, I can't be like, yeah, you go, because I'm not there. I'm not in that vein of thinking. And like I said, I'm not saying, you know, death to that, it shouldn't exist, how dare you. It's just I can't connect. because that's not the kind of person I am. Like I said, I'm not trying to push my views. It actually drives me a little crazy when Christians try to dialogue with people on issues that they don't think are issues. It's like, if you as an audience member are not a theist, you don't believe in sin of any kind, why on earth would you think that homosexual behavior is bad? If you don't think that there's a God who says, no, that goes against my nature, you probably shouldn't do that, or else, you're just not going to be aligned with me, then like why should I try to convince you? The only thing I try to do as a Christian to the secular crowd is try to bring them to God in a very general way. And once they arrive there, it's up to them to deal with his revelation to us as people. And if the homosexual topic, adultery topic, and like problem of pain, all kinds of things stand in the way of people becoming a theist, or even a Christian theist. So I'm not expecting those topics to be entry points for people to accept theism as true. So like I said, I'm not trying to convert anybody, not trying to prove that I'm right. I'm just trying to say this is what I think. Okay? I have plenty of reason to think it, but I'm not trying to do apologetics here. I'm not trying to convert anybody here. I'm just trying to explain that I made a review, and I wanted to be as comprehensive as I could, and I wanted to talk about these characters, and I wanted to be honest and accurate with it. But I was just a little disappointed and disheartened that, it has 7 likes, 5 dislikes right now. Downvoted on Reddit. I took the post off of the mealtime videos just because it just was kind of like sour and gross and negative, and it didn't feel like it was like a good thing that was happening. So I just kind of took it down, and I just didn't like my whole review to be kind of tossed away because of like this one little bit where I explained how I couldn't connect with characters for a certain reason, and I couldn't critique them accurately. So that's really all I have to say. I'll leave, the comments on this video will be open on this unlisted video, so if you want to talk with me a little bit more about this, I'd appreciate it, because I'm not trying to be militant. I'm not trying to push anything. I'm not trying to oppress anything. I'm not getting in the way of anybody's behavior. I'm not trying to tell anyone that they're worthless. Quite the opposite. So that's all I have to say. But thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video I make. Peace.